Hi, everybody. Welcome to another small business interview. Today, I have with me the family who runs Hood Family Farms in Texas. We have, I guess we'll go from left to right. Why not? So we got Jimmy, we have Sherry, Robin, and Sarah. So hi, everyone. Pleasure to have everyone here.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And so people might know Hood Family Farms is a small East Texas regenerative farming operation. You guys have a great story behind it. Can you tell us the story behind it all?
It kind of got started in 2014. I grew up on a ranch, so as an engineer, my dream was always to get back to my roots. And we were talking about cattle one day, and Sherry said, well, why don't you just go buy some cows? I said, sure, we'll go buy some cows one day. No, go buy some cows. Yeah, we'll do that one day. No, go buy some cows. So we did. And
She was tired of hearing him talk about it.
In 2014, we started a cow-calf operation in a really conventional way. Shortly after that, went to my first beef cattle short course at A&M, and we started doing rotational grazing. As we progressed along, we became aware that there was a lot of reliance on chemicals and stuff. So that led us to change what we were doing in terms of our management protocols, and we became what is now called regenerative. We got rid of all of the chemicals in the operation in 2018. We did our last synthetic fertilizers, last herbicides, last pesticides. So we've been chemical free since then. At this point, we have cattle, we have sheep, we have layer hens, and we have broiler chickens. We have a bottle-fed calf over here and snowbirds right behind the camera saying hi to everybody.
So
Yeah.
Hood Family Farms in its current incarnation really came last year in the summer. My brother and sister-in-law, who are kind of like our Houston branch, and then my husband and I were like, you know what, we really think there's something with this regenerative farming, and we would really like to make it a family business. So that's when kind of everybody all joined together, and it became Hood Family Farms as it is now.
As a parent, you can't imagine what the thrill is to have your kids come back and say, hey, we would like to go into business with you, Dad. That's wonderful. Awesome. And here we are.
Great. So why don't we talk a little bit about regenerative agriculture? And can you tell us a little bit about that, what it is?
Regenerative agriculture starts with the soil. Sustainable means let's keep it the same as it is. Regeneration is making it better than it is. We want the soil to be better tomorrow than it is today. At the same time, we want to take care of the animals in as humane way as possible while we're making a profit. So those are kind of the three core principles behind regenerative agriculture. You take care of the soil. Taking care of the soil increases the nutrient value of the food you produce. It also increases the biodiversity in the ecosystem. It also increases the efficiency of the water cycle. So lots and lots of huge benefits coming from this idea of regeneration, just making the land better than it was. The beautiful thing is, the animals do the work. We just guide the animals through. Our domestic animals don't do what the wild populations did before we got here, but we can mimic that very closely by moving the animals on a regular basis, let their hooves, let their digestive systems and all that do the work for us of creating life in the soil, which becomes nutrients in the plants, nutrients in the meat, and ultimately better health for not only them, but us.
And it sounds like it's pretty environmentally friendly too.
Yeah,
it is
all natural.
One of the side benefits of regenerative agriculture is that it sequesters carbon back into the soil. If you know about the Keeling curve, there's a little jaggy line on it. That jaggy line is what biology is doing to the atmosphere.
Awesome.
We talk about that all day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's a big subject. So I guess that's some of the core values that your farm holds too, is just making sure that everything's all natural, grass fed, just good for the environment, and it's a good cycle.
Yeah, no hormones, no antibiotics, no chemicals at all unless somebody gets sick.
Awesome. So
We have a few like defined core values.
yeah.
Definitely number one would be transparency. Sure.
So we think it's really important that people understand where their food comes from and that they feel comfortable going directly to the source and asking questions. So we welcome that. If anyone wants to know like, exactly what kind of feed our chickens get or where we buy it, we also share a lot on social media for that reason. So people really can see the farm, see what we're doing every day.
Sure.
I mean, so like literally almost every single day we have live videos of what's going on out here. So that's definitely something that's really important to us is that people feel very comfortable with the way that we're farming.
Right. And then obviously the quality of what we're producing is another key aspect to what we're doing here too.
So, you know, a lot of times quality, people just think of kind of like the end product and like the packaging and how it looks. So that's obviously important to us too. We want people to feel happy when they get a Hood Family Farms package. But it's also about what goes into producing it with the way that we raise it and making sure that we're providing our customers with the most nutrient dense food possible. And that's just going to get better over time because the longer you practice regenerative farming, the more nutrition will be in the food.
And then the third is regenerative farming, obviously.
Yeah. So regenerative, obviously, that's core to us is that we are putting more back into the environment than we are taking out.
Cool. Well, let me share my screen to your website so people can see what you guys have. Okay, so here's the website. And so this is, I guess, this is where, you know, you talk a little bit about your farm, but also where we can find what you guys have when we go to your shop.
Yeah, so the shop page is obviously where shopping. On the banner that's up top, we try to always announce our upcoming delivery dates. So you can see when the next delivery date will happen. On the shop page, like the top, we've got some categories. So if you kind of know what you're looking for, you can go directly to Farm Fresh if you know that you're trying to buy meat or eggs. If you know that you want to get some spiced pumpkin bread or a blueberry coffee cake, you can go to prepared foods. But that just kind of makes it a little bit easier to filter out if you don't want to scroll through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you guys have, I guess, on your social media pages like Facebook and Instagram, you guys would post things like this, like seasonal items like the spiced pumpkin bread.
Correct.
Yeah, we try to share kind of anything new. We just launched a couple of new flavors for fall.
We have our spiced pumpkin bread, which is seasonal. We also have cranberry orange bread, molasses cookies, which are our favorite, and our signature nuts and bolts, which is a snack mix. Our pickles are also seasonal, and we're at the very tail end of our cucumber growing season. So if anybody wants pickles, now's the time to get them because they won't be there very much longer. Our cut flowers are also seasonal, and we have some beautiful dahlias right now. You can see some of them right here. And so they,
Oh, wow.
we have flowers all year, but just depends on the season, the time of the season for what type of flowers we have.
So let's see, where can I go find the flowers? Would that be in?
So you could actually, the fastest way might to just be search for floral.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I thought that was cool that you guys also have flowers and not just like groceries, basically.
So when we did the name, you know, we were like Hood Family Farm, and then there were so many different interests in different parts of farming. We decided Hood Family Farms would really be more appropriate because we do have the animal piece of it, and then we have the garden piece of it and the flower piece of it, and then we also have the cottage foods part of it, which is what Mom creates with what we are growing in the garden.
Cool. What would be, I guess with you guys have so much on your shop, it's really awesome. Like, what would be the top selling item?
For the baked goods, our blueberry coffee cake would be the top selling item. Our eggs have been top selling forever, and we can't keep them in stock. I mean, they're sold as soon as the chickens lay them.
Yeah, they're already. Yeah.
So we sell not eggs like you would find in the grocery store. I mean, they're pasture raised, obviously, so they eat bugs and grass mostly. There's some behind us right
You
there.
can see behind
But
us.
they
Oh.
lay different colored eggs. So we actually, you'll get blue and green eggs in your dozen along with brown and white eggs. So they've been quite popular.
Yeah, I thought that was really pretty too. When I was scrolling through your social media, you guys had all the colors of eggs.
And it's
And,
not real.
And they taste really good. If you haven't ever had a farm raised egg, it tastes completely different than the grocery store egg. And once you start eating them, you don't ever want to go back to the grocery store.
Yeah, you can tell the difference.
Yeah, there's a lot more nutrients in the pasture raised eggs that you don't get in traditionally raised chickens. We call them concentration camp chickens. They don't have access to grass and sunlight. So a lot more nutrition, good nutrition for the family, less bad cholesterol, more choline, things that help with brain functions,
Better
omegas.
omega fatty acid ratios.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a big myth that just because your eggs aren't white or they're not brown that there's something wrong with them, or people really just look at them like, you can't eat it, and that's totally not the case. The only thing that's the difference in the color of an egg is just the variety of the chicken, which most people don't understand that. So it's like you can have a brown, a green, a blue, even like I've seen like purple, just like dark colors that I've never seen before. And it's so unique, but yet the nutritional value comes from what exactly Sarah said, is just what they're eating and how they're living. So it's really cool when you actually kind of get into it.
That's really fascinating. Yeah, I mean, I never paid too much attention to the color, but I mean, whenever I can, I try to buy pasture raised. But the colors are that's an interesting thing to learn about.
Yeah, and it narrows down. You think about we refer to a concentration camp chicken. It narrows down the selection of what is actually raised too. So it's like, having this variety of birds also is another aspect to, having a different populace to the farm, which I think is pretty unique too.
You don't see the colored egg layers in the grocery stores because they aren't as productive egg layers as the white and brown varieties or breeds of chicken. But for us, it's not just about productivity. It's also about just enjoying it and having something that makes people happy.
And do you guys do custom orders? I read somewhere, I think on your Facebook, that you guys have we can call ahead for custom orders.
Sure. So we do every year, especially around this time, a lot of holiday special requests.
Mm-hmm.
So gift baskets or gift bags for corporate parties. So the best way for that is there's a information request submission on the website, so you can do that, or you can email me directly. It's Sarah@hoodfamilyfarms.com, Sarah with no H, and just tell us kind of what you're looking for. A lot of times people just say, hey, I need 25 of these and here's my budget, and then we kind of figure out what would fit in that budget for them. We've had requests for custom floral arrangements. We also have larger sizes of breads. So, if somebody's hosting family or something for the holidays, you can get like the large size to feed like up to 12 servings for breakfast, like of a blueberry coffee cake or something. So things like that, just to help with hosting, are also really common around this time of year.
We're perfecting our pecan pie pound cake with caramel sauce right now.
Yeah, so that'll be a new holiday menu item.
Oh wow, that sounds really good.
That cow that you see down in the lower right-hand corner of your screen right now is kind of a special cow. She's a Moshona. We added Moshonas to our herd this year. One of the things about regeneration, since you're not doing control with chemicals, we work really hard to do control by choosing the right genetics for our environment. And the Moshona breed is specifically adapted to poor quality forage, hot and humid climate, with a smaller frame size and very, very good conformation overall. We've been very, very pleased with them since we added them to the herd this year.
They're also naturally fly resistant, which is great since we don't want to treat with any chemicals. Just having the Moshona genes bred into our herd is really good to help with fly control.
Because if you use a fly control of a sort, whether it's a tag or, you know, a spray, or if they walk underneath a little bar with like, you know, some kind of chemical on it, it then also affects the, you know, the
It gets into their
beetles
system.
and back into the grass, and then it, you know, it then trickles on down the line. So it's just something that kills off a lot of things that you don't want it to happen.
Oh, that's cool. It's really interesting.
That little one's named Baby Show. That was her first steps of Baby Show.
Yeah, that literally he was just born.
That's so adorable. Are we able to visit the farm, or are you guys just exclusively an online presence right now?
We would love
Love
to
it.
have folks come out and visit the farm to see what we do and how we do it, to meet the animals, to have a chance to sit and talk about what it means to be a regenerative farm in the first place and why it matters.
Yeah, we just say, you know, email us, call ahead to make sure that we have, you know, a block of time set aside. We love to give tours, take people out, see the animals up close.
And we have a little store.
Yeah, we have a little shop out here that sells a lot of our stock items. So any like the baked goods or salsas that we make to order aren't available in the shop, but standard items that we keep inventory on hand are all available.
That little lamb is Estelle, and she, at that early age, decided that she really wanted what was in that trough and learned how to jump up into the trough and eat over the top of all of her mates. And now at 7 months old, she still does that.
Yeah, so there's a very big lamb now that gets into the trough.
That's so cute. So all these animals have like, it looks like they have their own personalities. I just love scrolling through all these. Kyle's here. So where can we find out more about regenerative agriculture?
We have a frequently asked questions page. It has some basic questions. It also has definitions. It also has a large number of links that are categorized for you. On that page, you'll also find some links to some recent resources. For instance, the Kiss the Ground movie that just came out recently. I would highly recommend people to look at that.
It's a good movie. I saw that. That was really good.
Yeah, super
Yeah.
good. Woody Harrelson did an amazing
Yeah,
job.
and then a nutritionist, Diana Rogers.
Yeah, it's called Sacred Cow. So the book's already out. The movie should be coming soon. And
Carbon
there's
Cowboys.
Carbon Cowboys.
They have a 10 documentary series on regenerative agriculture. And let's
There's
see.
another one that's called Biggest Little Farm.
Yes.
And it's definitely the theme of regenerative agriculture. I think they only mention it by name one time in the film because it's a little bit older, but it's a great one for the family.
It's
if you wanted
amazing.
to watch with your family, that's a really great one.
Really good one.
Cool. So yeah, all the links are down here, and you guys have a lot. So that's good. So a
We
lot
have
to think about.
researchers.
So, you know, if you want to take a college course in regenerative agriculture, just go through the list.
It's free. You guys don't charge a tuition fee. just buy the groceries
There you go.
and study up on this.
It's hard once you start learning about it. It's something that it makes you want to be a more conscientious consumer and really pay attention to where you're buying your food and how you're getting it.
Because you got to consume it anyways.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you always feel bad, there's got to be a ratio somewhere, right? So, and that's the number one thing that you can obviously kind of change is what you consume. So
Yeah, why not do it the more responsible way if you can, if you have access to it,
yeah, absolutely.
And from a self-interest perspective for oneself, it's also a very good idea to try to get your food from someone who's doing agriculture regeneratively. Without the chemicals in the food, I mean, think about pesticides and herbicides. These are chemicals that are designed to kill things. And whether we like it or not, we put that stuff out on our animals and our plants, it ends up in our system. And people are discovering that there is this incredible correlation between those chemicals and the increased occurrence of many of the major diseases that afflict Americans today. So your own personal health is at issue as well. So from us, go find somebody who's doing it regeneratively and get your food there.
We always have a little joke. It's either you're going to pay, you know, a little bit extra now for the product that you're actually consuming, right? Because some things, you know, organic are typically like extra that we look at, or you're going to pay for it later in the long run in your health. So,
Medical bills.
you know, and medical bills and whatnot. So,
It's hidden, yeah, it's a hidden different kind of health
Yeah.
insurance.
right. And you, on top of that, you get to live a healthier life. So, I mean, who
You
doesn't
feel
want
better.
that? You feel better.
You feel better and you take care of the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Win-win.
It's win-win.
Well, thank you guys. Let me share my screen to your.
I was gonna see if we have our mascot over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Staring
gonna
at
see-
this whole time, he's
laying
chilling
down right now, so we might be able to go show you.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna grab the computer and then I'll see. I can go say hi to him.
Not trying to mess
Get the family and the animals.
Well, here is Charlotte, one of our gorgeous puppies that was hanging
Charlotte.
out. This is Hercules, which is my boy, Hercules. He's a mixed between a corgi and a basset hound, and they were all just kicking it right beside us. But we're about to walk over to Sarah, who is with Snuggles, who is a
Oh,
baby that we are nursing.
So this is, we call him Snugs. But yeah, he wasn't doing too good. He wasn't getting enough milk from his mama. So we brought him over here to bottle feed him. And he's really doing amazing now. So we've just said he should be our mascot.
Yeah,
And he
is
loves
an
chin
adopter.
scratches, if you can't tell.
He's a big chin scratcher.
aw.
But yeah, he's doing much better. He was quite skinny. Charlotte, sorry, Charlotte's hitting my arm with the computer. Thank you. But yes, he's doing so much better now. We're really excited. He's actually out, as you can see, in the front yard with us and eating grass.
And
so,
napping in the sunshine.
and napping in the sunshine. So it's good stuff. Yes,
That's the life.
Right.
it's not too bad. Yeah, he's got it made.
You can see the chickens out in the field there too. Gonna get up with us?
So there's also about, I don't know, 150, 170 chickens out there right now. And those are all just our laying hens.
And you fence around them, and that's the electric fence. So that's kind of how we keep them safe. And we just rotate that around. And you can actually see, if you see some of these really green patches out in the grass, that's places where the chickens have been recently. And you can just tell how much healthier the grass is growing where the chickens have just been.
Oh, cool.
Kind of crazy because their manure obviously is the nutrients that the grass needs, and you can literally see the bright green spot.
And chickens are always scratching, and so they poop and then they scratch it into the ground, and it's really, really good for the soil.
Oh,
That's right.
wow.
And then those pens right there are what we raise the broiler chickens in, and that's the chickens that we sell, whether parted or whole, not the ones that produce eggs. So it's
Meat
a different,
chickens.
yeah, it's meat chickens. It's just a different type. And then all the cows, all the paddocks are over there.
It's a beautiful farm.
Thank you very much.
It's a very brief.
Like
Run through-
if I was out there, my blood pressure would just like.
Coming from corporate jobs for Jimmy and I, it's definitely a whole nother stress level. I show you, these are our yard chickens here.
Oh, hello.
So they're very spoiled with kitchen scraps.
Yeah.
Those are breadcrumbs, yeah.
Thank you so much for doing the interview and taking the time with us today.
Yeah, it's been really
Thank you guys. It's a lot of fun, especially seeing like the whole family and the animals. Like, it's quite amazing.
It's never dull out here. That's for sure.
Always stuff
There's
to
something
be
being
doing.
built. There's something being planted. There's something growing. or
Harvesting.
harvesting
Uh-huh.
or moving. or
Yeah, always.
cleaning.
Always.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. Sarah's mentioning we've been in the corporate world for, a decade and more, and it's just been nice to just get out here, especially during the time that it's happened. So it's been, just a blessing to be out here and be with family and not feel like you're detaching every day and having that psychological, kind of game.
Thank you guys so much. There's Robin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, an open gate is an invitation to a bovine beast to leave the yard.
Yeah,
So
I
go
didn't
close the
lock
gate.
it. Yeah, he had to go.
Maggie wouldn't make an escape.
So yeah, you guys are on Instagram and Facebook, as you see up here. Visit their website, Hood Family Farm. Thanks again, you guys, for the tour and your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
It's been a
you.
pleasure.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.